Hey, so this is day 17 of 31 Days of Horror. I've got another Wes Craven movie tonight. It's from 1987, The Serpent and the Rainbow. I've seen this movie ages ago on tape, and I got to rewatch it now, and seeing it in HD was a really nice experience. I was glad to discover that I still like the movie after all these years. I think in some ways it's my preferred Wes Craven film. It's his most proficient, most technically proficient film that I know of. I think it's the one Wes Craven movie where I thought, wow, it's just so well put together. I had no complaints as to the craftsmanship, none at all. I just thought this was such a good looking film with a very good sense of pacing. I liked how it starts out without too much procrastination. Things get going quite quickly. We get our villain set up very nicely. The villain in this movie is the guy who plays also in Dust Devil, Bajajura. He's such a charismatic guy. When he just walks on screen, he's so cool to look at. I really liked him in both these movies, in Dust Devil and in The Serpent and the Rainbow. I also really like Bill Pullman's look and performance in The Serpent and the Rainbow. He appears to be like such a clean, white city boy, and seeing him thrust into this alien environment, into this very macabre and sensuous and animalistic environment out there in that jungle. It works. I don't know, for me it worked, and it was cool to see some actors in supporting parts, like there is that guy from The Terminator, there is Paul Winfield. That was cool. I love the score by Brett Fiedel, another person with the Terminator connection. The Serpent and the Rainbow is based on a novel, and the basic plot outline is that Bill Pullman's character ends up sent down to research this. He's basically given a job from a big pharmaceuticals company to go and find this drug which allegedly turns people into zombies, and thus Bill Pullman runs into this kind of nightmare scenarios where he's confronted with the kind of Macumba living dead. They're not like flesh-eating zombies, but they are more like I Walked with the zombies, I guess. It's a Universal production, and I think they threw quite a bit of money at Wes Craven on that movie because, like I mentioned previously, it's just a nice package. Everything seems to be in abundance. There is enough money for all aspects of production, and the story isn't boring, and there is a bit of blood, and there are some weird special effects and things. So there is enough there for just grotesque horror fans, and there is clever enough concept to hold the attention of viewers whose mentality is like over 12-year-old, you know. So it's a nice bridge, I think. It's a horror film which could appeal to both teens and grown-ups, in my opinion. I liked it as a kid and I like it now, so I'll be adding this movie to my collection. I know there are several cool editions of this movie out now, so I'll definitely be adding that one to my collection. Another Wes Craven movie I really like and I'd like to cover in the future is Last House on the Left, which has so much going for it, such a raw experience. It's a very wrong film for this kind of politically correct times, but it's also it's a milestone, and it packs a punch like no other Wes Craven film. I just find The Serpent and the Rainbow so agreeable from almost every standpoint that it's one of those movies where I can see myself, I need a copy for my collection because I will definitely get hours of viewing pleasure from that film. I see myself revisiting it a number of times, and it's gonna click with me pretty much every time. So yeah. I really like the scenes set at the cemetery, because it's a different kind of a cemetery with different style crucifixes and tombstones. It just had that kind of Caribbean look to it, and the eeriness of so it looked really eerie and unusual, so I really like that. So The Serpent and the Rainbow is definitely worth a look. Thanks a lot for joining me for day 17 of 31 Days of Horror.